Peace and love coming at you live from outside of space and time. I'm Nyiam. Welcome to the feedback loop. Wanted to make a video today giving an update on the remote viewing November world events. So these are sessions and data that were collected in October, trying to look forward and perceive major news events of the following month. Wanted to highlight a phenomenon that occurs in remote viewing when viewers' data corroborates, even though they're working, separately from each other in different parts of the world with no communication. So, a good parallel or example would be how the internet works. We all log on to YouTube, right? YouTube has a server somewhere that serves up data to multiple users all around the world. As long as you can connect to the internet, you can gain access to YouTube, and we can all kind of surf the same content, stream the same content. Well, in remote viewing, the theory behind it and what seems to be occurring is there's some kind of storehouse of information. Some people call it the Akashic records in some circles. The matrix of information. The subconscious seems to have access to all this information. So, I work with crypto viewing, where we have a group of viewers, and we're all trying to access the same kind of information. Well, sometimes the viewer's data corroborates. So I want to highlight a couple examples of that occurred when we did our sessions in November, we did our sessions in October looking for November news. So let me switch over to the browser here. So, with crypto viewing, I work with Daz Smith, Edward Reardon, Dick Algar, Dennis Nappy. And so, we set our intention to perceive major news events of the following month. We don't show each other our work until it's all been completed. And interesting perception that was shared by both me and Daz Smith. He's over in the UK. I'm here in Toronto. Here you can see on the left is Daz Smith's drawings. On the right is my drawings. We both saw a volcano. We perceived it from kind of like a profile side view with a plume rising. And then we both saw a high altitude perspective, seeing it from far above. To me, I could barely even see what it was. I didn't know if it was a volcano. I just saw this cloud explode and a plume rise, and when I probed it, I got the sense of eruption, and then I saw the side view of the volcano there. Daz Smith had a similar, had overlapping data. So back in October, we both brought back this data, like, hey, I see a volcano like this, and I see it from above, and I saw the same thing. And then in November, there was a powerful explosive event at a volcano in Russia. And the kind of like the unique thing about it, why it was getting reported, was that it shot a plume 10.5 kilometers up into the air. So they were showing a lot of satellite high altitude imagery. So it was interesting that both me and Daz both had this view of a volcano plume from high up, high altitude. So that was tying back to what I was saying about how YouTube has a server. Internet is composed of these servers that serve up information to users who try and access them. Well, with remote viewing, using our minds and the subconscious, we can tap into this shared storehouse of information that exists and is at our fingertips, not through technology, but through our intention and concentration. Another interesting overlap in data, I saw missile launches. I saw a shoreline area where there was smoke trails, things being launched. It felt like a coordinated, almost like a wartime type situation, missiles being launched. And Iran in early November, Iran launched a massive maritime war games in the Gulf of Oman. Interestingly, Edward Reardon and myself as well saw military aircraft flying over and large explosions, like almost like carpet bombing, planes flying over and then large explosions following. And you could see here it was also a part of this war game that Iran was having. It was reported on RT. Some video footage here. Very large scale. Submarines, planes. Here's some of those bombs being dropped. So you could see there kind of like the overlap. Viewers working separately in different parts of the world, tuning in to the subtle impressions coming from the subconscious, connecting with these future events, right? So hopefully that was interesting, and you can kind of see how remote viewing can be a useful tool. This was looking forward in time, looking at these events that stand out in the future. But this also happens when you're working like, operational targets, trying to look at a target that's already been pre-selected with known and verified elements. So if you work a target, let's say there's a missing person and it's known, the area where the person went missing, but you don't know what caused them to go missing. Multiple viewers could all have data matching on certain aspects of that event. And that could lead to new leads in an investigation, or similar types of situations. So hopefully that was interesting. Be sure to check out the Crypto Viewing Patreon if you're interested in remote viewing and cryptocurrencies. Check out my website, thefeedbackloop.info, if you want to learn more about remote viewing. I have practice targets and a whole bunch of educational videos on there. If you appreciate my content, consider making a donation through PayPal or cryptocurrencies. My information is here on the screen. Hopefully this was interesting. Peace and love, y'all. Thanks for watching.